Hello friends, and welcome back to my crafty space. In today's video, I am going to be putting together one of these spreads using the most recent release from Colorcast Designs. So this came from the June themed kit, which was released on May 25th. If you haven't seen my project planning video, I do have that posted from yesterday, where you can check out all of the different stories that I am planning to tell using all of the pieces from that kit. So for today, my story is all about Isabella and her sense of style. What I have done is created a photo template in Photoshop that allowed me to clip in 8 different photos of Isabella in all of her clothes. I printed them off here in 2 different strips, and I'm just going to adhere them directly down on top of my journaling here. And then underneath the photos, I'm planning to use this acrylic piece that says "Fabulous," as well as an older wood veneer little title, also from Colorcast. This one says "Every Day." And then I've got some pattern paper to put on the side in order to punch it and put it into the album. Now, this is going to take not very long to put together because it's a fairly quick and simple spread. I have gone ahead and added my photo template as a download for you to this post. So if this is a story that you want to tell or a layout that you would like to recreate, maybe not the same story, but a similar look, then you can go ahead and download that template and use that to create a spread that looks just like this. In case you don't know how to use a layer template, I have also filmed a very short little video to show you exactly how to use the template to clip your photos inside and get them into the layer template itself. So let's go over to the computer and I can show you that quick little tutorial, and then we'll come back here. I'll put you on fast forward as I get the spread completed. Before I start putting together my spread for today, the first thing I wanted to do was come over here to my computer so I can show you how to use the layer template that I have added as a download onto this post. So when you open up the template, right now I'm in Photoshop Creative Cloud, but it should look the exact same in Photoshop Elements as well. When you open up the file, it's going to look just like this. There is a block at the bottom for you to add some text into, which all you need to do if you're in Photoshop Creative Cloud is double click on the text box and then type in your journaling and hit the enter button, and then that will fill in your journaling. This empty space here is going to be for a title. You can use one of your acrylic titles, or if you don't subscribe to the Colorcast Design product, you could also use puffy stickers or alphabet stickers, whatever suits your fancy for filling in a title there in that middle portion. And then for the top, we have 8 different rectangles here where you can add in 8 different photos. So for the photos that I am adding in, I'm going to go ahead and open one of them up. I did go ahead and crop my photos down into this size before I decided to turn this into a layer template. So when I copy and paste this over, you'll see that my picture is actually the exact size that I need it to be. But I'll also show you what happens if the photo is a little bit bigger and how to make that work as well. So all I'm going to do with my photo is highlight all of it by selecting Control and the letter A on my keyboard. If you are not super comfortable with hotkeys on the keyboard, you can also go up to Select and down to All here, and it will do the exact same thing. You will know that you have your photo selected when you see those marching ants going around the outside of the photo. And then I'm going to copy it, so Control C. Again, if you're not comfortable using hotkeys, you can go up to Edit and then down to Copy. So now I've got this copied to my clipboard. I'm going to go back to my layer template and select the box that I want this to go on top of. In order to select it, you need to have your Move tool as your current tool, and then all you have to do is click on the box that you want the photo to go on top of. Once I have this box clicked, I am going to paste, Control V, or Edit Paste my photo onto the page. It's just poking out a little bit here from the bottom, but when I bring it up on top of the box, you'll see that my photo has pasted onto the document on top of this particular rectangle layer. Then I'm going to go down into my layers panel and right click on the photo that I just put onto this document. Then I'm going to select Create Clipping Mask, and what that will do is clip my photo inside of this rectangle. Now let's talk about what happens if your photo is not cropped down to the exact same size, which normally when I'm using a photo template like this, that's how it works for me. So let's say I'm using this photo. I'm going to go ahead and select all of it and then copy it, and we're going to go back to my spread over here, my layer template, and we will paste it in. Now before I paste it in, I want to make sure that I select the box that I want this to go on top of. So I'm going to put it here on top of this orange one. When you select the boxes, it's automatically going to select the layer that that box is in your layers panel down below. So you can see if I toggle back to this gray one, it's going to go to this gray rectangle and so forth. So I just want to make sure I've got the right box selected. Then I can go ahead and paste my photo onto the document. Now let's pretend here for a second that my photo is bigger. So like this. That's totally fine. So I could paste it onto my document just like this, and I'm going to move it roughly over top of the rectangle where I want this photo to go. Then we're going to go down into my layers panel, right click on the photo and select Create Clipping Mask. That is going to clip this photo into that shape at the size that it currently is. So you can see that the photo is still a little bit larger than I would like it to be. Now, once you have your photo clipped inside of the rectangle, I can then, making sure that I still have that photo layer selected, select Control T for transform. I'm wondering, let me see if I can figure this out. I'm going to see if I can figure out where this is located in the menus, and then we'll pick up from there. Okay, so I figured it out. So if you have your photo layer selected here, you can use Control T as the hotkey. If you don't want to use your keyboard, you can also go up to Edit and then down to Free Transform. So what that's going to do is it's going to put a box around the whole photo that allows you to change the size of your photo itself, or if you want to rotate it, it'll let you do that as well. So for me, I just want to go ahead and reduce my size down so that it fits inside the box. When I have my photo the way that I like it, I can hit the enter button and it will go ahead and clear up my image. It'll bring everything into focus. So that is how you can get your large photos to fit inside of these smaller boxes. This one, you can see that I have adjusted my sizing, but there is a little bit of orange still at the bottom. So what I'm going to do is actually make this a little bit bigger, and then we're going to hit the enter button, and now we've got it where that whole box is filled in. So I would repeat this process for all 8 of my photos, and then I can print this off in a couple of different ways. If you wanted to print the entire thing on photo paper, you can go ahead and do that on most likely an 8.5 by 11 piece of photo paper. If you wanted to print your journaling separate from your photos, you can also do that fairly easily as well. Let me show you how to do that really fast. So if I open up a new canvas, and this one I'm going to size at that 8.5 by 11 because that's what I print on. What I would do for printing is I would take my background layer, so I'm going to go all the way down to the background layer, and I'm also going to hold the Control or Command button and also select my journaling. So I've got these 2 pieces selected. I will copy those 2 pieces, Control C, and then go over to my journaling page and paste them, Control V. Now this puts this into the middle of the page. So what I want to do so I know where to cut it is I'm going to transform it, Control T, and then I will move this into the upper left-hand corner. So now I know once I print this off, I can cut it at 8 inches long here by 8 inches long by 6 inches wide. I actually print this a little, or I cut this a little bit bigger than that, which I should see. Let's select off of this. Yes, I actually cut mine down to 8¼ tall. So what I might do is transform this and actually rotate it to make it a little bit easier for me to cut later. So I'm going to rotate it and then add it into that upper left-hand corner. This is also going to give me some extra space here where I could add something else in order to use up more of that paper. So then for the photos, I would do the exact same thing. So open up an 8.5 by 11 canvas, go back to my photo template, and this time I'm going to just use my select tool or the move tool to click and drag and select all 8 of these boxes. Then I can copy those and then paste them onto my canvas here, move them where I want them to go, and then this I could print off on photo paper, which is what I'm going to do. So I'll put my photos on photo paper, my journaling on cardstock, just to give it a little bit of different texture there. We'll get everything printed, and then I'm going to meet you guys over at the craft table where we will finish getting this project put together. Of course, if you have any questions on this Photoshop stuff, please let me know, and I will do my very best to answer in a way that's hopefully understandable in the comments below. Now that we have the computer portion done here, the rest of this spread is going to come together incredibly fast. So the first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and tape or adhere my photos to the top of my journaling page, which I just cut down to a 6x8 size. Now, my photos I printed off in 2 different strips just because it was the best way to fit them onto a canvas with other photos, but I could have made this even easier and just printed that as one big block and then just adhered the entire thing to the top of the page. But it works just as well this way. Once I have the photos all adhered to the top, the next thing I'm going to do is go ahead and add this piece to the edge. So I'm just going to use my mat here to help me figure out sizing, make sure everything is spaced correctly. And then I will adhere the photo portion to that strip. So basically I want this to become a 6.875 by 8.25, which I should say I printed it 6 by 8.25 in the journaling page originally. Anyway, so I just adhered it directly onto that patterned edging. I really like the way that this adds a little bit more color to the side there. And then this is going to become my hole punch where I put my hole punches in. So this will allow me to stick this into the album and have it outside of a page protector. I also totally could have just put this into a pocket and not worried about having it outside of the page protector. So don't feel like you have to do this side piece like this. I just wanted a little bit more color to help brighten everything up. Then I'm going to add some adhesive onto the back of my fabulous acrylic here. I'm just using my roller adhesive. It sticks down really well. I haven't had anything fall off with this. But also, it's only been a couple years, so I guess we'll see as time goes on, but it would be so easy to just put it right back on, so it's no big deal. Anyway, roller adhesive, stuck that down. I'm going to go ahead and add this wood veneer piece as well, which just says everyday, so my title is Fabulous Every Day. And then we'll go ahead and date stamp the bottom as well, putting the date for which I actually documented this story. Once I have that done, this spread is completed. And there we go. See, so that one was really super simple. Once we got all of those photos put into place on the computer, it was just a matter of printing them off, sticking them down, and calling this one a day. I really love the way that this whole spread turned out. I love having the little pop of color here on the side and then having this dimensional title, which is totally true to how I feel about Isabella's style. So this was just really fun to go ahead and get documented here. I hope that you guys have enjoyed seeing this spread come together, and I hope that it inspires you to tell some kind of story about something or someone who is fabulous in your life. I will be back again tomorrow to put together the rest of my Colorcast design projects. I have another 5 or 6 to go. So hopefully I will see you back here live at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you can't make it to the live, that is no problem. They are all recorded and available for replay as soon as they have concluded. So you're more than welcome to watch them at any time. And also, once I finish that live, once I have a chance to go ahead and get everything photographed and edited, I will add the photos of the different spreads to the post as well. So if you don't have time to watch the whole live, you can also just go ahead and read the post and see all of the images of those different spreads, and any photo templates or anything that I make for Photoshop will be included in that post as well. All right, friends, so until tomorrow, I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Bye, friends.